So one of the first things that actually struck me and caught my ear with this piece of music was just the building intensity throughout the entirety of the piece, and this almost feeling of, to my ear at least, of a slope. So we started out pretty subtle and almost kind of eerie feeling for me, and we kind of inclined, went up, and hit this peak of intensity, and then kind of made our way back down. So that's what initially struck me and caught my ear. So when I actually started playing around with movement to this piece of music, what it brought up inside of me was almost this feeling of frustration with myself. So kind of that feeling that not only somebody on the spectrum might have, but anybody in general of, I don't fit in, I'm not acting the way that I'm supposed to, that society wants me to act. What is wrong with me? How do I fix it? So then going back to my initial interpretation when I'm just listening to the music of this beginning like subtle eeriness to this full-blown intensity, I really tried to play around with my movement in that sense to mimic that and evoke that and present how I was feeling. So in the beginning for me, those singular tones, those very flat tones, to me made me feel on edge. So I was doing very timid movement. It made me feel uneasy. It made me feel timid. And then as it increased and the music kind of got bigger and more intense, I really leaned into that feeling of frustration within myself. And just kind of tying it all together, when I think about the piece and how it's entitled Horizon, for me, just really makes me think about the fact that there's always more on the horizon, there's always more to come. Today's issues are not necessarily only for today. They can carry on in tomorrow, and tomorrow will present its own issues and its own difficulties, its own challenges. But overall, I really enjoyed getting to create movement to this piece, and Jean, your work is beautiful. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to create something to your amazing music.